morning everyone, especially to Ma'am Hilary Dulay Francisco. Today we're going to talk about digital self. The word online identity implies that there's a distinction between how people present themselves online and how they do offline. Yet, this split is steadily narrowing as a widespread use of smartphones and tablets has integrated social media into nearly aspects of daily life. Today, we are living in digital age rather than face-to-face interactions. We have interactions involving technology like cellular phones, tablet, laptop, and other gadgets. As we build our digital self, there is a high risk possibility of danger, especially the cyberbullying. And now, let me give Mary Rose Ablaso to discuss about online identity and self in cyberspace.
A pleasant morning, everyone. I am Mary Rose A. Ablazo, and now, let's come to our first topic, the online identity and self in cyberspace. Online identity is the new sum of your characteristics and interactions. Because you interact differently with each website you visit. Each of those websites will have different pictures of who you are and what you do. Sometimes, the different representations of you are referred to as partial identities because one of them has the full true picture of who you are. Your online identity is not the same as your real-world identity, because the characteristics you have represent online differ from the characteristics you represent in the physical world. Every website you interact with has its own idea of your identity because each one of you visits sees and your characteristics differently. How do you build your online identity? Every website that you interact with will collect its own version of who you are based on the information that you have shared. Thus, it is up to you how you will represent yourself as closely as who you are and what you do in real life or selectively to create a representation far from your life. Example, online identity is how you represent yourself online, like your social media profiles or usernames. Yourself in cyberspace is how you act and interact with others on the internet. Well, this is how I act in real life versus in cyberspace or in the internet or social media. In social media, I act very low-key because I don't need to post anything, what's going on, what's happening in my life, what I have received, what are the challenges that I am facing, because for me it's still my privacy and it doesn't do with others. I don't know, but for me, I just need to keep it with me and I don't need to share it online because it doesn't do with others nga po. So, in real life, it's the same. I only talk with my friends, but not always. I don't really share about the challenges, the blessings that I have received, because they know already. They can see me at our house because they visit me sometimes. I act very true to myself in real life than in cyberspace. So that's all. Thank you.
My topic is selective self-representation and impression management. These are characteristics showing behavior designed to convey an image about ourselves to other people and to influence the perception of other people. In this image, this explains why our behavior can change if we notice that we are being watched or observed. This self-representation can also change depending on who we are interacting with or what personal information we need to be providing to present ourselves in a way that will be acceptable to others. Thus, we can select only what we want to present and impress to others, what we view beneficial to our personality, especially when we create a digital self. We carefully choose representation or expression of one's real world to the online world. In the other words, selected self-presentation is a specific type of impression management where individuals carefully choose what information they reveal to control how others perceive them. Impression management is the broader process of influencing others' perceptions, while selective self-presentations refers to the act of strategically choosing which information such as appearance, behavior, or words to present in order to achieve social goals. Both are used to create favorable impression, attain rewards, and build identity. Example, social media. Posting only positive update and edited photos on platforms like Instagram, Facebook to present a happy and successful life while not sharing day-to-day struggles and problems.
Lesson explains how interacting online affects the way we understand ourselves and others. It starts by saying that in face to face communication, we automatically observe and analyze people's facial expression, tone of voice, and body language, often without even realizing it. This natural judgment helps us understand what others feel or intend. But because this type of interaction requires emotional involvement and mental effort, it becomes more demanding. In contrast, online interaction remove many of these cues, making communication less emotionally and mentally taxing. This means online communication is easier but also becomes less personal and less rich. The text then discusses whether Facebook and other social media platforms can help with development. The answer is yes. Studies show that active social media users, especially from college students, tend to feel more satisfied with their lives, more connected socially, and more engaged in political and community activities. Social media gives people a space to share interests, opinions, and experiences, which contributes to discovering and shaping their identities. However, the material also points out that online interaction have important limitations because of people cannot see real emotions behind messages, posts, or emojis. Online communication often hides true feelings. This can lead to misunderstanding or shallow emotional connections. It also shows that excessive internet use can decrease happiness levels over time. One reason for this is social comparison. When we browse social media, we tend to compare our real lives to the highlight reels of others, which can make us feel insecure, jealous, or dissatisfied. Even though social media can help it with identity exploration, it can also harm mental well being. Another point of emphasizing is that online platforms allow us to control how we present our lives. We can edit photos, choose our words carefully, and decide what part of our lives we show. This can be beneficial because it gives us confidence and let us manage our identity more thoughtfully. But it can be also be harm because it increases the chance of creating a false or exaggerated version of ourselves. Online, it becomes easier to hide flaws, emotions, or insecurities, which can lead to misinterpretation or unrealistic self presentation. The last idea explained is asynchronous communication, which meaning communication does not happen in real time, unlike face to face conversation when you must respond immediately. Online communication gives you time to think, edit, and plan your message before replying. This feature can help us control our self image even more, but it can also make interactions less or authentic and less spontaneous. Overall, the lesson tells us that online interaction has both benefits and drawbacks. It can help us express ourselves and develop our identity, but it can also affect our emotional health and lead us to compare ourselves to unrealistic online identities. Online communication is easier and more controlled, but less emotional and less genuine compared to real life interaction.
Everyone, today I'll be explaining Russell W. Beck's idea of the extended self in the digital world. So basically, Beck talks about how the digital age through technology, the internet, and social media changes the way we define and express ourselves. He presented 5 key changes that show how our identities are being extended or shaped online. So the first one is the dematerialization. So before, lahat ng bagay ay physical. Books, letters, photo albums, and even money. Pero ngayon, halos lahat ay digital na. So our photos, messages, and even our memories are stored online. They are invisible but still very real. Beck asks, can we still gain our identity from these virtual possessions? And the answer is yes. Kasi kahit digital lang, we still treat them as extensions of ourselves. For example, yung online gaming accounts or social media profiles na kapag na-hack or na-delete, sobrang sakit. Na para bang may mahalagang bagay na nawala sa'yo. Virtual possessions also allow us to fulfill fantasies like being rich, powerful, or to become someone else entirely. Kaya nga may mga taong sobrang attached sa online. Kasi doon nila nararanasan yung gusto nilang maging or gusto nilang identity. So next is the re-embodiment. Ito naman yung idea na sa digital world, we can recreate ourselves. We become disembodied from our physical selves, but then re-embodied online through avatars. Yan. Profile pictures, usernames, and posts. Halimbawa nito sa social media or online games na pwede kang mas gumanda, mas maging confident, or totally na ibang tao talaga. The shy can become talkative, the old can appear young, the average can look rich. Ito yung tinatawag na break out of the visual. Kasi we can project how we want to look, not necessarily who we are. So, ang downside naman nito ay minsan nalilito tayo kung sino ba talaga tayo, the real self or the digital self. So, ganoon ang re-embodiment. The third one is sharing. Sharing is a big part of digital life. Uploading photos, posting stories, retweeting, or even sharing memes. That's what I do. Through sharing kasi, we also extend our identity to others. For example, kapag nagpo-post ka ng travel photos, foods, or opinions, people see a glimpse of who you are and what you value. The fourth one is the co-construction of self. So Beck says our digital identity is social. It's co-created with other people. Parang version ng Looking Glass Self ni Charles Colley, wherein we see ourselves in the eyes of others. Yung kapag nagko-comment tayo, may mga likes, may mga tags, these can all shape how we see ourselves. For example, if people comments to your post na ang ganda mo or ang galing mo, it boosts our self-esteem, right? Pero kapag may negative feedback, it can also affect our confidence or self-image. So, our online identity is not just me. It's me plus others. Then the last is the distributed memory. Dati, memories were stored in photo albums or journals. Ngayon, everything is digital. Photos, videos, posts. We rely on devices and apps to remember for us. But Beck reminds us that these memories are selective. Hindi pa rin ito yung full picture ng ating buhay. Our digital memories can shape or even distort our personal story. So, while technology helps us remember, it also filters what we choose to remember. So, that's all for my discussion. The last topic will be discussed by another reporter. Thank you for listening.
Privacy of the online self. In the digital world, our online self has become a big part of our identity. Everything we post, we share, or even comments on contributes to how people see us online. Because of this, setting boundaries is important to protect our privacy, safety, and well being. So, what are our online boundaries? Online boundaries help us separate private and public self. Private self is a personal information we keep for ourselves, and public self is the things we choose to share with others online. So, we have also the personal identity versus the social identity. When we say personal identity, it is on who we are on offline, our belief, personality, values, just like that. And on social identity, it is how we present ourselves on social media. It's how we post, photos, comments, that's all. So this can be a different, and sometimes people create multiple personas online. So why are boundaries important online? The first thing is because the internet is public and permanent. Anything we post can stay online forever unless we deleted it. Even even if we deleted it, our reputation, our safety, our relationship, our mental health issues, it may affect it. Okay? So this is why responsible behavior is important. Just like stick to safer sites, like what this is mean like this means like choose a platform that protects your privacy and don't encourage harmful behavior, and also guards your password. It is important this keep accounts secure to avoid hacking or identity theft, and also be choosy about your online friend. Not everyone has online good intention. Just like now, maraming nagkakalat na like some scam, just like that. And also, remember, online posts are permanent. Anything posted can be screenshot or saved. Also, don't embarrass or harm other online. You should also practice kindness and respect. And the last thing is limit what you share. Oversharing can put you at risk. Remember that. Number three is online identity, gender, and sexuality. Teens use online spaces to explore identity, sexuality, and self-expression. The internet acts like a screen where adolescents express concerns and personal struggles. Gender and sexuality are often explored more freely online because there are no physical markers like appearance or voice. However, extra care and responsibility are needed because online interaction can expose teens to risk. Social media can spread personal information easily. And also, people may misinterpret or misissues what you share. Protecting yourself online is essential for safety and mental health. Um, so, for a summary, digital spaces create multiple versions of ourselves, like avatar, profile, accounts. These versions can affect our behavior online and how we see ourselves. Managing your online self by creating healthy boundaries helps us protect identity and sense of self, especially as a student still learning and growing. Thank you!